how's it going? How are you? Welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, it's been so long since I last saw you. You look very different. Maybe better. You look, I don't know, dare I say, stunning. Dare I say, gorgeous. What changed? What's new? You were beautiful before, but now you're radiant. What happened? All I really know is that my eyesight has gotten better since I last saw you, really. All thanks to my uncle. Yeah, he saved my eyesight. And it was really quite beautiful, actually, because it was like this whole ceremony where he sacrificed children and like he dropped their blood into my eyes, and now I can see, and I'm like 10 years younger, and I'm like 26% more wealthy. So it was honestly just like a really good day. Anyway, enough about me. Hi, how's it going? Welcome back. I'm Jordaline. Did you know my name is Jordaline? I'm Jordaline. This is my channel. This is my channel. This is where we talk about books. Sometimes it's horror. Sometimes we're like little fantasy girls. Sometimes we're like little like romance girls. We're just girls. What? Anyway, today we're going to be talking about my most anticipated books for 2023. 2023! We're going to talk about horror books that are coming out in 2023, and I'm so excited. Let's get started. Okay, a few things. I don't know how many books I have. I just have like a little list thing. So, and then also they might not be in chronological order. And if that's annoying, I'm so sorry. But also I'm very lazy and I don't want to do it. So this book I had no fucking idea was coming out. Like I literally didn't know, and the fact that I didn't know is actually kind of embarrassing because this is like one of my most favorite authors. I read one of his books and since then I have been like a ride or die, and that is Episode 13 by Craig DeLuey. Now if you don't know Craig DeLuey, he basically wrote Suffer the Children, and that book was so fucking good. It was stunning. So when I saw that this was coming out, I was like, bitch, stop. By the way, this is coming out on January 24th, 2023. Episode 13 is about this couple, right? Matt and Claire. And they're like totally in love. They're like married. Everything is great. And they have this like TV show together, right? Called Fade to Black. And it's like a paranormal reality TV show type thing. And so they go place to place and they go like ghost hunting. And they're like, oh my God, we love each other. And also we're like ghost hunters. It's like crazy. But they have this like TV show, right? Episode 13, the title of the book. Matt and Claire are invited to the Paranormal Research Foundation, and they're like, oh my god, this is such an honor. We get to go there and film there and do everything like that together. It's gonna be so fucking cool. We go to this like crumbling, derelict, disgusting mansion. In this mansion there are clues and secrets about different experiments that they did in like the 70s, and the building is undoubtedly haunted. So Matt and Claire are like, this is gonna be the best episode. This is gonna be the best episode of our entire fucking series. Like, and Matt hopes to use their scientific techniques and high-tech gear to prove that there is a haunting in this building. The house begins to slowly reveal itself to them. Proof of an afterlife might not be everything that Matt thought it would be. Apparently the book is told in broken pieces of like tapes, journals, correspondence, research files, and that it's basically the story of episode 13 and how everything went fucking wrong. And I'm so excited. Listen, I'm a sucker, and you probably know this, for just like paranormal stuff, like documentary, mockumentary type stuff. Like I'm a sucker for like researchers, you know what I mean, or people who are trying to like have this like critical eye. Like I'm so excited. I'm so excited. When I saw that this was like coming out, I was like, literally, Jesus, take the wheel. Take the wheel. I was so excited. Next, we have a book that's coming out on March 1st, I believe. That is Mothered by Zoyge Stage. I saw that Miss Zoyge had a new fucking book coming out. I, again, gagged. Gagged. There's so many authors coming out with new books. and authors that I'm like obsessed with. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the new year, but also like not, because I don't want to get older, but like whatever. Mothered by Zoe Stage. It's about this girl named Grace. She's not exactly like a mama's girl. Do you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't have like the best relationship with her mom, and like probably for good reason. And Grace's mom, Jackie, asks Grace like, hey, do you think I could move in? Like, since your father died, I've just been like so sad and it's just been like so lonely. So could I just like move in, please? And she's like, ugh. Grace wants to help her, but at the same time, she's like, we're not that fucking close. Like, we're not like kiki. Like, it's not like that, you know? But she's like, you know what? Fine, whatever. She can move in, especially since like the pandemic is happening and it's like crazy. Especially too, since like Grace really needs help with her mortgage, etc., etc., etc. Living with her mother isn't really the greatest thing for Grace because she's like not that happy about it. Grace is basically like slowly being driven mad, I suppose, by her mom, right? So it says old wounds fester, new ones open. Grace starts having nightmares about her disabled twin sister who died when they were kids. And Jackie discovers that Grace secretly catfishes people online, a hobby that Jackie thinks is unforgivable. It is a bit weird that Grace is like catfishing people. Like, that seems a bit suspicious, but like also at the same time, like, who am I to judge? You know what I mean? That's basically what I do full time. And then when Jackie makes an earth-shattering accusation against Grace, Grace then sort of spirals. She doesn't really sleep, and it doesn't help. As the walls close in, the ghosts of Grace's past collide with a new but familiar threat. Mom. Dude, I am so excited. If you know anything, you know that I'm obsessed with Baby Teeth by Zoe Stage. And so this seems kind of like similar-ish, where it's like familial conflict, violence. So excited. I can't wait to see what happens. Speaking again of authors that I'm obsessed with, I saw this. I was dying. And like, I don't know if it's actually like horror, but I'm gonna include it because I'm so excited, and like maybe you haven't heard of it yet, and maybe you're also like as big as a fan as I am. But I'm talking about Lone Woman by Victor Laval. I love Victor Laval so fucking much. His writing, stunning, gorgeous. Oh my god, like just wrap me up in a beautiful little blanket and swaddle me. Oh, it's so pretty. This is coming out March 21st, 2023. I think that this is more of like a literary novel slash maybe like a little bit of like a thriller maybe. Either way, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna buy it. You literally cannot stop me. So the year is 1915, and we're following Adelaide Henry. And basically Adelaide carries this like huge trunk with her everywhere that she goes, and it's locked at all times, because when it's not locked, when it's open, people around Adelaide seem to just like disappear, poof, gone. Okay, so that shit's locked, and basically Adelaide is in trouble. She's like on the run kind of, because her secret sin killed her parents. I don't know what that means, but it seems kind of fucked up. Forcing her to flee California, make her way to Montana as a homesteader, dragging her trunk with her after every step. She will become one of the lone women, taking advantage of the government's offer of free land for those who can tame it. Except Adelaide isn't alone, and the secret she's tried so desperately to lock away might be the only thing that will help her survive the harsh territory. I'm so excited. Like, literally, if Victor Laval, I think, could shit on a page and I would be like, okay, like, genius, I would literally read it. I'd be like, this is stunning. This is beautiful. Thank you so much for this experience. I would like literally thank him for it. I love him so much. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna read it. When I saw this cover, I was dead. And this is Maeve Fly by CJ Lead. And it's coming out June 6th. Oh my fucking god. When I saw it, I was like, that has to be like independently published. Like, there's no fucking way anyone is publishing that. It's out of like a big house. Tor, Daddy Tor. This is about this girl named Maeve Fly, right? And she works at the happiest place on earth, I'm assuming like Disney, as like a little princess. So she like constantly is like talking to children, you know, being like, I'm a princess, that's like crazy or whatever. And the kids are like, oh my god, you're a prince, it's like so good, oh I love princesses. By the neon glow of the Sunset Strip, Maeve hunts the dive bars with a drink in one hand and a book in the other, imitating her misanthrope literary heroes. But when she meets Gideon Green, her best friend's brother, he awakens something dangerous within her. The world suddenly shifts beneath her feet. I feel like Gideon's like a bad example, like a bad influence. Untethered, Maeve ditches her discontented act and tries on a new persona. A bolder, bloodier, inspired by the pages of American Psycho. Step aside, Patrick Bateman. It's Maeve's turn with the knife. Listen, it sounds so fun. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know how Gideon is like, be a killer or whatever. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I'm gonna buy it. I've never heard of this author, and I hadn't heard of this title until I was doing like a little bit of research or whatever. But when I tell you that I read this and I was instantly like, that sounds so fucking good. By the way, I'm pretty sure that most of these are like Tor books. It says that this is The Exorcist meets Lord of the Flies. And like, I know, we're so tired of hearing things being compared to other things. But if that's what it is, it's crazy. It says, by the way of midnight mass. Yes, vampires, exorcisms, and crazy children. Like, I'm in. St. Vincent's Orphanage for boys. Turn of the century in a remote valley in Pennsylvania. Here, under the watchful eye of several priests, 30 boys learn, work, and worship. There's this guy named Peter, right? And he has lived in this orphanage for a while, and he has really like come to understand and love this place. He loves the people, he loves the children, like he's so happy here, right? And he's like approaching adulthood. And then one stormy evening, this guy shows up at the door. And everyone is like, the fuck is going on? Like, it's like 9 p.m. It's like bedtime. But then this guy, he's like, oh my God, you know, I'm just sick or something. And he's got all of this weird fucked up shit carved all over his body. Like occult symbols just carved up on his little fleshy flesh. Ew. And then he dies. And it's like kind of a bummer. Everyone's like, oh, that's really sad. Like, bummer. Also, it's like totally a bummer that he died here because I had to like clean it up and it's like, ugh. But then also after he dies, his sickness, something is released and the children of the orphanage become infected. And it says, soon boys begin acting differently, forming groups, taking sides. Others turn up dead. Now Peter and those dear to him must choose sides of their own, each of them knowing their lives and perhaps their eternal souls are at risk. I assume the kids turn into monsters. I'm assuming that those children turn into like vampires or like they're possessed or something. Something really fucked up happens to those kids. I know it. I'm so excited to read it. It's coming out, by the way, July 11th, which is so far away. But also, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I would be like literally dumb to not mention like the books that like everybody is excited for. First, we have the newest books from like the horror boys or whatever. So we have like Grady Hendrix' new book. I never read his last book, The Final Girls one. I heard like very mixed things. I own it. I never read it though. But we have How to Sell a Haunted House, which is coming out on January 17th. Basically, it's Grady Hendrix' take on a haunted house, and it explores apparently the way your past and your family can haunt you like nothing else. So this is about Louise, right? And Louise is absolutely fucking heartbroken when she hears out that her parents have died. Her academic, smart ass father, her mother who like really loved like being creative. She is heartbroken. And so she has to go back to her hometown to like, you know, settle their affairs, etc., etc. While Louise is heartbroken, she doesn't want to deal with like all of the shit that's like in their house, because apparently it's filled to the rafters with the remnants of her father's academic career and her mother's lifelong obsession with puppets and dolls, which is a fucking red flag. No. if I ever had a family member who died and they were like, yeah, can you go to their house and like clean up their like dozens of dolls? I would rather fucking eat my own toenails. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Pay someone to do it. I'm not doing it. Anyway, she really doesn't want to go because she's like, it's gonna be so much work. Ugh, it's like such a bummer. She doesn't want to learn how to live without the two people who knew and loved her best in the world. But most of all, really what she doesn't want to do is like go home to see her fucking deadbeat brother. Okay, it's because he's what the French would call a loser. Like he's a fucking deadbeat. He never left their hometown. He gets fired from jobs constantly, and he resents the ever-living fuck out of her success. And so she knows all this, and so she's like, I really don't want to go back to see that fucking dick. I'm not into it, but she has to because she has responsibilities. Fortunately, she'll need his help to get the house ready for sale because it'll take more than some new paint on the walls and clearing out a lifetime of memories to get this place on the market. But some houses don't want to be sold, and their house has other plans for both of them. Okay, you better work. Listen, Mr. Grady Hendrix, you better make this fucking scary, because I don't, like, hear me out. I really don't think that Grady Hendrix's books are like that frightening, or like they haven't been in a while. You know what I mean? Like his older stuff, excuse me, sir, frightening, you know, gory. But his newer stuff is kind of just like, oh, I'm kitschy, I'm cute, I'm camp. And like, I get it, like, make your bag, like, make your fucking money. But at the same time, it's like, I want the sauce. I want the juice. You know? That's just my hope, to be honest. On February 7th, the sequel to My Heart is a Chainsaw, which is called Don't Fear the Reaper by Stephen Graham Jones, is coming out. I haven't read the first book, but I think I am going to buy the second book as well. Listen, because I'm going to read them eventually. It's just a matter of time. But the second book is coming out, so I thought I should mention it, just in case you didn't know, but like, guaranteed you knew. Guaranteed you knew. You knew. Finally, I want to quickly discuss The Looking Glass Sound by Catriona Ward. This is her newest book, and it's coming out on August 22nd. Basically, it's about this guy who's like writing his last book. He's like about to like hit the bucket, and he totally knows. But he's writing this book to like recount his youth living on this island where this dude or like this person was like killing everyone, and just like it was like this whole spree thing of this like serial killer just creating fear in everyone's life. Decades later, he returns to the town in an attempt to recount that summer's events in his memoirs. But as he writes, he begins to fear his grip on the truth is fading, and that the book may be writing itself. I really like Catriona Ward. I haven't read all of her stuff, but I read some of it, and I do like it. So I'm excited to see like what her new stuff is, like how it is, and like if it's good or whatever. Anyway, my friends, my family, my familia, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's been so stunning and beautiful. Don't forget to hit subscribe, because we talk about spooky shit, we talk about creepy shit, we talk about the 13th episode and shit. Thank you so much for watching. Again, let me know down below what you thought of these books, if you're excited for them, if there are other horror books you're looking forward to, please let me know. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Goodbye. See you later. I'll miss you. Creepy. You're like, please stop. Don't ever do that again. Please. Thank you. Thank you so much.